Welcome to the Man 360 podcast.
You're listening to the Man 360 podcast. My name's Brian, and thank you for taking some time to be with us today. Man 360 is dedicated to helping men be complete in every way through Christ, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Today on the podcast, we want to discuss a very important but generally uncharted topic when it comes to Christians. So thank you for being a part of the Man 360 podcast today. I am your host, Brian, and we always thank you for being a part of what we're doing here, not just in Man 360, the television program, but also our podcast and all the ways that you can connect with us on Instagram and Facebook and on the Amplify Network through CTN, also our Amplify Podcast Network. But today, I've got on my brother-in-law, Bodie D'Andrea. Sup? And Bodie is so funny. He goes, I walked in his office and he goes, this is all I got. My hat, t-shirt.
This is it.
And I brought a hat too because we're doing some fun activities with CTN tonight.
So we have a community event
that
we're working with, and last year we did this and we had 2,500 people. So
that's awesome.
We're busy this afternoon. Getting ready. We're going to be out there, and we're just excited.
That's awesome.
This is our third year doing the event. We like partnering with different groups within the community. And we've seen a harvest where more people watch or listen to us. So, and I enjoy it.
Of course.
Fun.
No, it's fun. So I do want to talk today specifically about your podcast. Before we get into the specifics of that, what was your heart behind, and maybe this was just a function of your life right now, of doing, because we talked about this as a family. You know, Dad had The Good Life and, with Dad and Jane's program, and then, Mom before that. What was the mentality of not doing a television program and wanting to do a podcast for the network?
Yeah, so it's a really good question. When I say we, I mean Yolanda and I, your wife, had a family meeting, and we believed that particular telecast was from the heart of our parents. We wanted to honor that. So when he passed, we felt like we should sunset it and just let it be what it was. As far as me picking up something new with my schedule to do a television program correctly.
The way that you would want to do it.
The way that I would want to do it.
Right.
With the writers.
Right.
With having everything produced with the highest quality. I physically don't have enough hours in the day. And so that was a conscious decision.
We've talked about God about that too, right? Enough hours in the day. It's not unprecedented.
So
give us more hours in the day.
So I did. We talked about this at lunch.
I know.
Where I said, God, I need more hours in the day. And God was very clear, and he said, no, I created time to be this way. It's your problem, not mine.
Right.
And so I need to learn to work within his structure.
Right.
And so it was a conscious decision not to do television. For me personally, I think podcasting is easier. And it's mobile. So those of you that watch our podcast, my podcast, you'll see that we've done it on location from Europe to all across the United States and in studio, out of studio. So for me, it's easier to fit this in my day and still be effective.
I think that's good. So from your podcast, share a little bit about I want to do this in two parts. Share a little bit about the podcast, the mentality and the heart behind it, and then maybe something that once you started doing the podcast, you thought you would enjoy that you don't enjoy, but something you didn't think you'd enjoy, but that you do enjoy. Kind of the converse of that. So first, just about the podcast itself.
So podcast is called Reestablishment. It was
Re-Establishment.
Re-Establishment.
Very important too.
So I'm going to let your podcast audience in on a little secret. This was
world exclusive. Man 360 podcast.
This was very intentionally created to be what it is. And really, I had the help of one of our producers here, but my oldest daughter, Milena. Her and I were the ones that created this concept. So what we wanted to do is we like to market it for family, living, modern times. We don't market it for a Christian group. So Reestablishment, when we came up with the name, we wanted the Christians to know that we're getting back to basics, which is really what we're about. but we didn't want to exclude anybody. So young people that are anti-establishment would look at this and go, what does that mean?
Right.
What's a reestablish?
Right.
And so they would have a way to want to listen.
Yeah.
Those that were very...
To lightly challenge that, basically that anti, without
Correct.
being rude about it.
Correct, without
Yeah.
saying anti.
Right.
How about reestablishment? What does that mean?
Right.
And then the group that is way the very antithesis of who we are, they would look at it and go, that's so off the wall, I got to see what it is and check it out. So we
Right.
wanted it to be where it would draw all types of people.
Yeah.
But basically what we're doing is we're giving people things that are foundational.
Yeah.
One of the things that we built this on was a couple other podcasts. So what we didn't want to do is make it one topic.
Yep.
Or singular purpose.
Too narrow to not reach a
Because what will
wider
end up
audience.
happening
Yeah.
is once it's run its course, what do you do?
Right.
So what we do on reestablishment, and we beg you to check us out,
Yeah.
is we take a different topic each episode. So let's say there's something, maybe you're an older person and your kids are grown, and we do one on homeschooling.
Yep.
What is the future of homeschooling, which we did. That may not be for you, but then the next one might be something that would really interest you.
Yeah.
So we do it, it's not a shotgun, it's very purposeful, but there will be a topic for everybody.
I think that's good.
You may not
Yeah.
like this, or this, but come to here, and you're like, well, I've always wondered about that. How does that work?
Well, it's important too for people
that's
to
how we
look.
do it.
Yeah, and sounding like too that when they go onto or look, if you go to, they can go to the Amplify page of ctnonline.com. Click on there, it gives your podcast list that you can
Yeah.
list all the podcasts. Don't just look at the first podcast and think that that's what this podcast is about. I mean, they need to
Correct.
scroll down and dig down.
Yep.
Interesting thing too, I don't know if they know this, which it seems appropriate that you are Robert D'Andrea II, right? You're not just, you're actually Bob D'Andrea too.
Right.
That your podcast was the first flagship podcast for
Of
the
the
entire
network.
network, which I think is appropriate,
Well,
right?
yeah, and because people that know my personality,
Yeah.
I like to be out front. I like to do things first.
Right.
And if I tackle something, I'm going to get it done.
Right.
Sometimes
Fully.
I have to rein myself
Fully,
in.
yeah. Beyond
So-
fully sometimes.
Yeah,
We'll talk
to
to
answer your
Michelle.
other questions.
Yeah.
And I did. We had her on 2 different episodes.
Good.
One of them
You
is-
did have her on twice?
I did. One of them is called.
She
Meet My-
hates being on.
She does.
too.
She does.
I love it.
The first one's called Meet My Wife. And
That's so great.
she's on. And we talk about my other careers I retired from.
Yep.
And what it's like to be a wife whose husband is gone all the time.
Yep.
And so that was I think it
Did you learn
resonates.
anything too from
Yeah,
her?
probably, yeah, I
from
did.
the podcast?
So it really resonates.
Yeah, it's good.
And then the second one is we have a son that has Down syndrome.
Yep.
Who God is healing. So we're watching, he's 9 years old now,
Mm-hmm.
and we're watching things transpire.
Yeah.
He just got Student of the Month for his class, and he is in some gen ed classes now. So we're watching God do some really cool things.
That's awesome.
So what we did is we did an episode, my wife and I, for her perspective,
Mm-hmm.
and mine as parents,
That's good. Though.
on raising a child with disabilities.
Yeah.
What does that look like? How do you approach it? What are some things we've done that have worked for us?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had her on twice.
That's awesome.
Now to answer your other
Yeah,
question.
the other question. I'm curious
So,
about this. 'Cause
one
you've
of
had
the-
a really vast array of people.
Well,
You've
we've
done like 20, 25 podcasts now.
so far,
Yeah.
and we're releasing one a week.
Yep.
And so one of the things that kind of you said I started doing and didn't like
Yeah.
is we've had some guests that, and they're fine, the interviews are fine.
Yeah.
The people are wonderful. But to me, I felt like I'm doing a TV segment and making it a podcast.
Right.
It didn't feel podcasty.
Okay.
It felt like this is
You
just a
didn't
really,
check the podcast
yeah, it feels like this is
ticks.
a really short
Yeah.
TV show.
Okay.
And to the point where I made with you
Yeah.
the other day,
Yep.
I made a statement saying, I got to stop this. So when people come in and they do TV segments,
Yeah.
they would hold over and be on our podcast if we were in the studio.
Yeah.
And to the point where I said, I got to stop doing that. I need to go back to my
Because
original
they
intention.
think that it's just a continuation of their television interview where you want to be more casual and
Yep.
just and have more of a conversation, full
Well, it
conversation.
ends up feeling that way.
Yeah.
And it's nothing that, it's not their fault, it's mine.
Right, because you're directing it.
It's my podcast.
Yeah.
I'm the one that has the problem.
Right.
They're great.
Okay, we have that in video. It's audio recorded now.
It
Bodie has
is.
said
It's my
it is
problem.
my problem.
But what I want to do is I want to get back to, not that we lost our original intention.
Yeah.
How do we take this up a notch
Yep.
and we make it the way that my daughter and I originally intended it to be?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, my youngest daughter,
Isabella.
she
You have a lot of kids, so you
I
have to
know.
in all generations.
so she has done a couple podcasts with us.
Yep.
So when you check those out, you'll see her. She lends an incredible perspective.
Yeah.
And we are one of the few multi-generational podcasts with father-daughter that we can explore topics
Yeah.
and see different viewpoints.
Yep.
When we started doing that, we researched it. There's only a couple other ones that have done it with any success whatsoever.
And not even, and none, I don't think, in the Christian realm.
No,
Even though, I mean, although your podcast is not strictly Christian,
no,
it's
we
more
point
serving the
every-
community.
By
Still
the end
pointed
of
to
every
God.
podcast,
Still pointed to God.
we point people to God.
Yeah.
Because to reestablish, you have to have a foundation.
Correct.
You know, one of the things I said in the podcast before was one of the problems with America is our framers and our Constitution as a frame was built on biblical principles.
Right.
One of the reasons America's having a problem, we're trying to fit secular stuff
Yeah.
into a biblically based framework.
Right.
It will never work that way.
Right.
So one of two things has to happen. Either the country gets itself together, or we scrap the Constitution
Right.
and we go with whatever secular thing
Whatever
that
feels
blows
good.
in the wind.
Right.
And so, you know, when people ask me, they get frustrated. And I said, well, you're forcing secular topics or secular issues
Right.
onto a Judeo-Christian background.
Right.
And it's like a triangle
It's like
and a circle.
it's mixing oil and water,
Yeah,
right?
it'll
You
never
can't.
fit.
It never fit.
It
It never.
won't work.
Never.
It can't.
It'll never connect.
It can't.
Yeah.
They're not congruous.
Right.
So, you know, that to me, I want to go back to the original intention. I like having the kids around
Yeah.
because we can dialogue different points of view. And I learn from them, they learn from me.
Yeah.
The other question you asked about what is surprising, what I really like,
Yeah.
is how easy podcasting is if you do it correctly.
Yeah.
And we are still learning. I don't have a good television voice or podcast voice.
But you have a good. You have
vocal cords.
I was gonna say, but you have a good drill sergeant voice.
I do.
Okay.
Which is why my vocal cords are like
Because
they are.
Yolanda and I always say that. It's like, if we ever want to know, if we're in Florida, we're at the station, we're like, where's Bodie? And if we just lean our ear out the hallway, we're like, he is about at Tona's office. Chris is, okay, he's coming up the hall, we'll catch him.
Yeah, and so yeah, I've had my vocal cords rebuilt a couple times surgically because of all of the voice projection I did in my other career.
Yeah.
So I realize I don't have a smooth voice, but I do know that it is very distinct, and I've been able to use that
Yeah.
to my advantage.
Yeah.
So that, just like you said,
Yep.
you know when Bodie's in the room, I want to know that if somebody's playing a podcast in the background,
Yeah.
they can identify that
I
with
totally,
us.
I totally agree with that.
But you know, I tell all of our guests when they come on, and I don't know how you do yours. I tell them, if you've never done a podcast, we're just having a conversation,
Yeah.
and we're letting people eavesdrop.
Right.
That's the
That's a
difference
perfect
between
way
this
to
and
do
television.
it. Yeah.
Television, it's almost like you're trying to convince people of something,
Right.
or you're trying to make a serious
You're
point.
building a case
You are.
towards something.
We're podcasting. We can have this dialogue.
Right.
And we're just letting people listen in,
Right.
have maybe a different point of view, and saying, okay, they're not preaching to me.
Right.
They're not telling me what I need to do in my life, but they're telling me what's worked for them or what they're seeing. Maybe I should check that out.
Well, I think the other thing too with podcasting that's different is it seems like it's more of a mobile, where people are listening to it when they're on the go in some capacity. I don't.
So no, yeah.
You know, so you're doing something else, and you're actually, like, I know the podcasts that I listen to are either in the car or even I'm sitting at my desk and I'm doing something else. It's not like I'm sitting watching. You know,
Right.
we have a video. If people want to watch the video of the podcast, like they're watching it right now, but mostly it's audio, so you're already maybe doing something else while you're listening to
So
it.
when we started creating this concept,
Yeah.
and that's a beautiful point you brought up, we were talking with another group who does partner with CTN
Yep.
called QP3.
Yep.
They were working with the group up in the Carolinas, and they're a management leadership company, corporate
Mm-hmm.
management. and we were talking about how we're setting this up. They had done some research, and the average person, we're not talking about LA, New York City, but the average person spends about 20 minutes in the car driving to work or from work. And so by design, our sweet spot for my podcast are between 16 and 22 minutes.
Yep, that's the same as
So we try to design this where it would fit in people's drive times.
Yeah, unless it's
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's it's different where you're trying to hit multiple topics.
Yep.
There's other podcasts that I'll listen to that are maybe more of a political lean that I know are going to be longer because it's more of a summary of what's going on and then
this one's a little
commentary
long for
about
you.
it. It is.
But I think it's important because...
But we're friends and we're brother-in-laws.
Well, not only
we got to
that,
get through it.
I'm sure the people that are watching, so this is Man 360.
Yeah.
And they're saying, I think you're inspiring me to start a podcast.
And that's what we hope we're doing too for people. Yeah.
If you want a podcast on our platform,
absolutely.
Or this is where God's leading you.
Yep.
Maybe these are some good tips that you can take with you.
Totally.
I will give you. I probably shouldn't, but nothing that I have is proprietary.
Right.
I have an idea for an incredible podcast, and I threw it out to Isabella, and I said, if you want to do this, it's yours. So one of the most prevalent podcasts is crime dramas.
Yep.
That all over the world, people love the crime drama.
Which is so funny to me.
And I said, why don't you take a crime from the Bible, but make it in modern times and do it as a crime?
So you're kind of like a Paul Harvey, right? Where you like the rest of the
Cain and
story.
Abel,
Yeah.
But just change the names.
Right.
You know, to Cephas and
Cephas and
whatever.
Bocephus.
Yeah, whatever. and just say these two boys, they grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
You know, and one of them liked to herd cows and one of them liked to grow stuff. And do it as a crime podcast.
That's hysterical.
But do crimes from the Bible.
Yeah.
Or you can do modern crimes where the outcome was positive. That through a murder, through a robbery.
Now that's interesting for a former police officer to say.
Well, that's
a crime sorry, officer, but this is how it benefited society.
Well, so you would be surprised. So when there's certain unattended deaths or robberies or whatever, there are family members that get connected through that never knew they were family.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah. So that's why I said, why don't you take modern crimes that have a happy ending instead of a real sad ending?
Or that have, I wouldn't say happy ending, but they have a result that came out of that terrible situation, like a positive result that came out of that situation.
So it's another podcast idea that I'm cooking up, and I think would be really, really good.
Yeah, that's good. Well, Bodie, thanks for being on the podcast.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it's something that we both believe in and we enjoy.
Of course.
It is kind of fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's...
I love that it definitely is more casual than the TV program.
Well, I'm usually not this casual. You just caught me before... Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just caught me before going out on this...
This isn't like your dress blues for military?
No.
Oh, okay, just checking. No. Or the ball you used to go to all the time. So thank you again for listening to the Man 360 podcast. Again, you can go to ctnonline.com. You can go to man360.tv to find all the information about our television program as well as the podcast. If you'd like to hear about a topic maybe that we either I've shared about with Bodie, or something else that you'd like to either hear about on the podcast or the TV program, please contact us. We'd love to hear your comments. Let us know what you enjoy. Let us know something maybe we can improve. And again, you can go to our Amplify podcast network connection, also through ctnonline.com. And just if you want to sign up and you have an idea for a podcast, we are always looking for more people to sign up and be a part of our podcast. So, Bodie, thanks I caught you. Yes. At the very end. Yes. So thanks for being on. Yes. So good.
See ya.
See ya.